Boy, that's funny.
It is. Gotta do this more often.
Oh, that is funny.
I forgot to clean up this graphic. I'm sorry about that. I'm a perfectionist, but that little white stuff hanging is not a booger on my face. It's just a little bit of residue. I got to live with it. I had some issues getting the show going on. Welcome to the Empress LG show. You're on the air live. We're going to do something a little different. Everybody's talking about the Meghan Markle madness. And there's nothing but men in the Meghan Markle madness. Not really, because you got the queen back there. And you got all the whole uproar about the whole revelations that came from the Oprah Winfrey interview, but I could have told you that, and I did a video on that that's doing quite well. And
right,
like I said, talk to me about this. I mean, you heard all of this, you've seen all of it. You probably you were there in the chat room listening to the video when I was multitasking a little bit. But what's your take on that? Let's just chop it up for a little while. This is not going to be super long, but we're going to do it. I want to hear it too. Right. I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, you know what? I saw a video yesterday with another sister going on him, telling him that basically he has no right to speak on racism because, I mean, look at who he is. And of course, he was highly upset with her.
Of course.
However, she didn't really come at him. She just told him to sit back, have a seat, and learn something, So she gave him no opportunity to speak. And I was like, yeah, that's what needs to happen. I'll come back to him. And then now when I saw this article with this young man going in on him and saying, hey, isn't there some personal beef between you and, Miss Markle? Isn't that the reason why you've been going at her for the past 5 years?
He wanted a, he wanted a taste.
Yes.
He wanted a little sparkle of the Markle. He wanted a Markle sparkle.
Yes, indeed. They, apparently they went out to eat or had drinks, and he was looking forward to, follow-up visits
Not
and a
just
continuation, exactly, of whatever begun. But that was the same night that she was also getting ready to go to a function where she would ultimately meet Harry.
Took his money too. I mean, he paid for the cab, and she went to a place where she met Harry, and he paid for the cab.
And Harry met Meghan. So with that being said, he never heard from her again because, she was smitten with Harry, and all of her time was taken with getting to know him. So, he's highly upset. And so every opportunity he gets, he comes at her. And I hear that it was basically a daily basis. There was never a day that would pass. Yes.
He was obsessed.
Yes. He was obsessed. It's like a child that keeps hitting you, and you think he's hitting you or they're hitting you because they don't like you, but it's the opposite. It's because they like you and they can't express that emotion. So they express it in what would be considered, like an aggressive manner.
Yeah.
And so he's coming at her, but he's coming at her because he's butthurt, but I never liked Piers Morgan, regardless of what we were talking about this morning, with Harry and, Meghan and who she is and what she did and so on and so forth. I never liked him. He's just a racist person.
He always got his head torn off by Mike Tyson. Did you ever see that?
I didn't know that. No, I didn't. Tell me about it.
He started to bring up the situation about Mike Tyson's daughter getting, that she died by the freak accident, by strangulation, when she was near the treadmill or on the treadmill, and there was a cord hanging down.
Oh my God!
And she strangled and she died. And Tyson was by. You can Google it. If I find it later on, I'll drop it in the description area below. But it was he was getting choked up and he kept trying to push a little bit. And Mike Tyson said something to the effect, basically that, it's not going to end right.
You get one more question.
Yeah.
And it better not be.
I couldn't believe him. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
He would go that far and then keep pushing it with the man sitting in front of him. Unbelievable.
You see, that is the vision of a very poor interviewer. That is what a very poor interviewer looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody that has no class. He might think that because he's British, and what they supposedly stand for, but he has no class.
Mm-hmm.
He's classless. He's tactless.
He would have had no ass either with Mike Tyson.
Exactly. And even over here when he was doing that, when he took over Larry King's spot, and he had, what is it called, Piers Morgan Live or whatever. Mm-hmm. He bombed at it because he couldn't relate to American ideologies and how we think and how we do things over here. When he would do interviews, he was coming at people. He was just nasty.
Yeah, they are that way. They say Americans are rude overall, but they're very snobbish, condescending.
No,
yeah, and they expect they have this this entitled feeling and the way they throw off on you. But they can be rude though. They can be rude. There was one woman that was riding not even my bus. Was it the bus or the dollar van? No, it wouldn't be the dollar van, right? It was the bus. And she asked me a question. I gave her an answer, and it was like she wanted me to give her a whole tour on a public bus. Not that she wanted me to go off the route. But there is that music over here? Hold on. Nah, I thought I heard some music. Yeah, so I'm picking up signals or something. You hear that? Is that my other video playing? No, I can't have
me.
Oh, okay, no. I said, man, if I
turned it off.
If I got copyright music playing, they're gonna shelve this video when it's done.
No. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. No, I thought I was going crazy because I got a bunch of things going on over here. That's why I'm looking around, peeking around. And I got the table up and the mic down. I had. Yeah, no problem. No problem.
I thought I had muted my computer, but I muted, YouTube.
Right. But yeah, like I was saying, like with this woman here, she got off the bus. You're rude. And I said, you smell. I just came out and said it. I was on the job, But sometimes you can't hold her because the whole time she was sitting there looking at me like she had a problem with me. Like, here I am doing my job. I answered your question. I was cordial. But it's almost like she felt like, I don't know, like the princess is here. And they have that feeling when they come to America like that, especially now when you're black, a blue collar guy, and now you're gifted with their presence. So you're supposed to praise the heavens that this British white lady is here and I'm supposed to kiss her feet. No, take your stink nasty feet with the toe jam up under your toes and go somewhere else with your flat behind. You can save money on your flight to go back by taking a stamp because your behind is so flat. You can jump in the mailbox and go that way. You don't have to take a flight. You just slide in like Gumby. You know what I mean? Don't get me started.
Oh, God bless you.
No, for real. It cracks me up. I'm not saying all of them, but those white aristocrat, and we have some over here who adopt that. And like I said before, like with Meghan Markle, and I'm going to call them, and I love my sisters, right? But I'm not going to sit here and not spank some of them when they need it. Where are they now? The super swirlers. I call them the Marklettes. They're the Marklettes because when Meghan Markle ascended, which really descended, she ascended into this place of being in the royal family. All swirlers had hope. They felt that they won. Meghan Markle became the president of all swirlers and Marklettes. And so the next day at work, they came into work and they were like, we really don't need you black men. We're ascended. There's hope. We're going to go find our prince, and we're black, but we're not really black like you people. Now, where are they now? Right. Air superiority. So they took an upgrade. You better get with your own. That's the only thing you can do. That's the only upgrade. Get with your own. Right. You know, walking around pushing your chest out. Yeah, go ahead. Right. But let's look at it. All of what you're saying is absolutely true. But let's look at it from the premise that they're really coming at it, is the fact that the royal family is just, showing their outright racism. They gave the impression that they were cool with it, or I don't know if the mother or the grandmother she accepted her because she loves Harry. So if he said to her, this is who I want and this is who I'm going to have come hell or high water, she accepted that. Right. Okay. Right. But the rest of the family didn't accept her. And so even if they tried to give her a fake smile, you see, people think that racism has to be overt in order for it to be racism. Right, right. Racism can be so subtle. Tell it. It can be a glance. And British people are very good at throwing shade, and you don't even realize that they insulted you. Yes. If you're not smart enough to pick up the look, the verbiage, the vocabulary. That's right. To say things to you, and you'll walk away laughing, and then you'll realize, oh shit, I was just insulted. That's like the cartoons where they take a blade, a sword, and chop you up, and you walk a few steps and you fall apart in chunks. That's how it is. But yes, I know how it is. Yes. And so, in as much as she did what she did, and we might not be happy with her for doing it, maybe this had to happen so she could expose who they are. Because remember, as white as Diana was, she felt it. She felt it, whatever displeasure it was. And I know that was coming mostly from Charles, but look at what she went through. Right. And Harry was like, okay, I chose this woman. She's my wife. I have a child. And I think from the way she looked, it seemed like there's another child on the way. I'm not sure. I was just looking at her and she seemed like, there might be one more coming. And he's going to have to support her. He's going to have to protect her. He's going to have to stick up for her. And why shouldn't he? Whether she chose down or chose up or chose sideways, he chose what was not acceptable in their bloodline, which is a bunch of bullshit, because when you go back and you look at them, they all come from us. They all come. And you know what? I ain't claiming them. But I'm saying, I'm not knocking you. You don't have to claim them, but right, you don't have to claim them, but they need to realize that they don't really have a leg to stand on. You understand? Right, they do not have a leg to stand on, because if you stick them and you do the blood analysis, they ain't white. Unfortunately, they ain't, they're not white. I don't know why they have to be. Exactly. They're the virus of the planet. 9% raising so much hell on the planet. Look at that. My gosh. So let's talk about this gentleman here. He's also of mixed race, and he, for lack of a better word, he toppled Piers Morgan because he, more so than anyone else, got Piers Morgan to throw a temper tantrum, walk off set, right? Had the parent company of the station that he works for do an investigation. They're doing a thorough investigation right now to see how much negative commentary he has thrown towards Meghan over the years and how deep it went. Yeah. And so they gave him an offer, of either apologize or leave. And, he didn't want to apologize because he's just so hurt. So he chose to leave. Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how does that look? You really just showed your ass. You took it off and you did, what do you call it? The prison search? I mean,
Yeah, I did a lot of those when I worked in prison. Hold your nuts, squat, cough, mouth open, tongue to the left, tongue to the right, turn around, squat, cough. That's when it felt like a butt fan just came and hit me in the face. 6 dudes like that.
Yes. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, trust me. I've seen it all.
So he showed his ass.
Yeah.
Because he just couldn't apologize. The hurt is so deep he could not apologize.
But that is crazy. I mean, how did he get to the point where he was, Piers Morgan, with this type of personality? Because in that industry, you better have thick skin. Coming up, you better have thick skin. To even get to where you are, you better have thick skin. How did this happen to him?
Brat.
Yeah, but did this happen to him after he got in that position? Because you can't, because
I don't know.
I don't know everything, right? But for the people who don't know, I did security on the People's Court TV show, Crossover with John Edwards, the short-lived Curtis Court, and a couple of other TV shows. And I had a chance to stand right there on the set, off the camera, and sometimes get on the camera when they needed people to talk in the street with Harvey Levin, the one who created TMZ. Right. So we were there every day working with Harvey Levin, and the way he would treat, not nasty or whatever, but he was just like treating us like tools. But see, since I was security and a couple of the other guys, it was like, okay, we might need you, because that was down in Times Square. But he, you know, he's like lighting the loafers, right? You know, he's got sugar in the tank, and he's a Jew, so he has these connections and all these people visiting him right there in Times Square where we would have set up. You had the upstairs thing. But what I'm saying is that, you know, that industry is cutthroat. It's all about the numbers. The people who are in position. I mean, I didn't know I'd have a chance. Like I was working there, and I'm like I always ask myself, and I'm gonna get back on the topic. I always ask myself, what is this phase for? Like so many separate jobs and experiences, they never added up. But now doing this, I could see why, because it's a very intense place. And this is why a lot of those platforms don't like independent social media. They don't like independent media because it'll give them a run for the money. It's a look. If Piers Morgan puts up a video, or they put up a video, or any platform, and a regular guy who has his opinions, who people say, man, I really like what you said, but you can't say that on the other platform. So I saw that how it had to be within certain guidelines. So I asked, how did he get that far? You know, but you're right about that. But he's butthurt.
Well, you know what? That's British TV. There's a big difference. You know. So, what do they say? It's something that they don't really have that whole First Amendment. You know, whatever. So, you know, they can do whatever. Well,
they say we do in America, but we really don't. You know what I mean? Even though
we don't really
channel,
don't. We haven't had that for a long time.
Especially when you're black.
We haven't had that for a very long time. Right. Exactly. So let me just real quick, since we're live, Brother Lance, and we haven't done this in a minute.
We're going to do it a lot more now. Trust me.
Yeah, I know. Let me just say a quick hello to everyone. So, hi guys, how y'all doing? Let me see. Hi, Timberly, how you doing? Timberly, I'm sorry. Hi, Timberly. Amos, Driss, NVME, how you doing? Gareth, hi. Serious Portents, hey, love, how are you? Mr. Lord have his mercy. Okay, man, Heru, what's happening, dear? Mr. Heru.
And how are you doing? And how are you doing?
And how are you doing today, Mr. Heru?
That's how you know it's Mr. Heru. And how are you doing?
I know, exactly. Can't pass that one. Hey, West Indies DNA, how you doing, sweetie?
West Indies DNA. I can't see the chat room. I'm just going on you.
That's all right. Hi, James, Iams, how are you? Gareth, I think I did say hi to you before. Hi, Kay Levy. Hi, Linus Ma. How you doing? How are you?
Welcome home,
higher
everybody.
Frequency. Yes. The sheriffess.
I shot
Lord.
the sheriff.
How you doing?
But I did not.
G-Man, how you doing? Pearly Simpson.
G-Man.
Hello. Yes. Oh my gosh, my screen flew up. So like my dress.
It flew up like Marilyn Monroe's dress. You're sitting here trying to
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. Let's see, K Levy, Linus Ma, higher frequency. I said that already. G Man. Hi, Pearly Simpson.
You said that already before, right? Pearly got
did,
two of
didn't
them.
I love it. I know, Pearly.
And there's always somebody you're gonna
Takesha,
miss.
how you doing, sweetie? I know. Horrible Donnie, Indigo King.
Indigo King, bro.
Amos D. Hey, Jack. How you doing? Let's see. Garen, Armani, Sugar P. Sugar P, I was wondering what happened to you. I haven't
Sugar
seen
P.
you in a minute. I talked about you. Hey, TT Brew.
Sugar
How you
P?
doing, sweetie?
That's a very suggestive name.
Sugar P. Sugar PB.
I'll keep it decent.
Yes, indeed.
Sugar P, how
Please
you
do. Please do. It's a Thursday midday. Please do.
Oh, yeah. We
Hi, Jamaican in Zambia. How you do? You all right?
Jamaican in Zambia. That tells it all, you know?
Yeah.
It's a good name. That's right.
Jamaican in Zambia. Jamaican in Zambia. Yes, indeed. So, hello, everyone. It's been a minute since we've done any lives together. Hi, West Indies, honey. So, yes.
I want to apologize for yesterday. I didn't put up as much content because my internet ran out. Because, see, we don't have plans here. We have to top it off in weeks, whatever, but it's on use. It's not on time. So I was using it a lot. And I was doing things too. I didn't know about the open tab thing that you told me about. If you have more tabs open, it pulls more. So I got it. And the next time I left it on, when I would leave the computer on and just draw it down.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm going to cut it off at night, keep it in the room with me. Boom. If I need it, I put it on.
Right.
So I'll stretch it. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I got it this morning early. And I took care of that so we can put those things that really I did the other Meghan Markle video yesterday, but I was unable because it got too late for me to go to the spot to take care of. It's not like I don't pay my bill, y'all. It's just that, like I said, when it runs out unexpected, and there's no way on the gadget to know like you're running low, like a tank of gas. It's like, hey, I would just keep topping it up. One day I went and topped it off like 2 weeks after, and it was like, you got so much already. I was like, keep on topping it off, It's like driving a car with a gas tank.
That's what you have to do now.
Work. Yeah. Exactly. You got to okay, I filled last week. It should be getting low now. Let me fill it up. So that's one of my things.
Exactly. Hi, Eric.
I was so mad.
How you doing?
But yeah. Meghan Markle madness.
So Meghan Markle
Piers
madness.
Morgan is pissed because he wanted that thing. He wanted that thing.
Yes, indeed.
And
wait. Hi, Jermaine.
When you think about it, Jermaine, thanks for that great message, man. I really loved it, man. Thank you for the positive words and stuff. Right. But what I'm saying, Piers Morgan being and Piers
Sister
Morgan.
Allegra, if you're listening, if you're watching, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Sister Allegra. Yes.
But yeah, like Piers Morgan, being his positioning and his visibility, we know how the world is. Okay. He's a dried up white man. I mean, could you imagine these people when they're on TV like that, they put so much makeup on them and they have the lighting just right to make them look good. Trust me, he must be a mess.
Right.
I've seen people on television sets like, what was her name? Judge Mulan on the People's Court. We went up to where the studio part where they have the actual court, and it's not a court. It's built to be that way. I mean, it's just 2x4s and just plywood, and they make it really look like a court. But people are back there with cameras, angles, lights, and everything, and you walk out of there and it's all fake. But I went back there to the dressing room because they're like, "Oh, come on." There's one of the girls that worked with us down in the street. She knows her, and she said, "Come on, Lance, I want you to meet her, Judge Mulan on the People's Court. Is she still on there? I don't watch TV anymore." Who's the judge on the People's Court? Is it still around the People's Court?
I don't know.
Okay, well, anybody in the chat room in the future or even presently, just let us know. But she brought me back there when she was getting her makeup put on, and she looked well on the TV. I'm not saying she looked bad, but the makeup person had so many different layers of makeup to shift the light to make her faces look a certain way. But I couldn't believe how many wrinkles she had and how beat up she looked. And she had her face back, and they were working. It was two people working on her, and they had her hair up and like little China bumps.
Oh man!
And she was like, "Oh, hi, Lance, how are you?" Because they introduced me to him. And I was standing there for a while, and they said, "Oh, don't pay me no mind while they paint my face on." I mean, she was real cool about it, you know. Probably if you saw me in the street, you wouldn't know who I am. I was trying to be nice. I would always know who you are. And I'm like, God,
that's
dog,
me.
look at her. No.
That's me. That's me.
No, but I mean, she's exposing her face. Her face. When you're on a TV show like that, a face means a lot of money and what they promote, and we don't think about that. When you look at a person like Anderson Cooper, right? Who look, CNN owns his backside. He's got to. He's got to call up the CNN and say, "Listen, can I give my backside up to my gay lover?" You know what I mean? That's how much they own because they've invested money, promoted him, and he's the face of CNN. So he's got to live a certain way. You can't get caught up in drama. You know?
Right. But you know, back in the day, all of this extreme makeup that you see women wearing nowadays, that's where that started, you know, from the theater. Stage Light Cosmetics. I remember when Stage Light Cosmetics came out, you know, for the regular public. And that was a company that was basically making theater makeup. Right. And then they started putting it out there for the general public. And that's where all this extreme, you know, you see somebody a certain way. And, you know, when you see them without the makeup, you start running because it's two different people.
Well, you know who else loves that makakeup, right? Cross-dressers and drag queens. They take it to a whole other level.
Yes, them too. Yeah, them too. Yeah,
they paint their stuff on like Spider-Man. I'm telling you, when you see him in life, it's like, oh man, you see this big man with the 3-gallon head, with the big hands.
If you have nails, if you have nails and you scrape, you could get off at least 1/4 inch of makeup. Off of them. That's crazy.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
Little show of horrors.
A little shop of horrors. Yeah, for real.
Little show. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know,
but
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Like, okay, let's not say it graphically or specifically because they're going to look to say, "Oh, you're making threats." But is Meghan Markle's? I mean, people are going to say, "Well, they don't care." I'm just saying that since we're talking about the subject, right? Princess Diana, okay, and we have Meghan Markle.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, is she safe?
I hope not. I don't know. I mean, I really and truly don't know. Having come forward, having exposed them the way that they have, I would hope that they have airtight security.
But then
I would hope that
even if they did,
and you know what, maybe they wouldn't do anything because then it would be known that this was retaliation.
Yeah, the public is hip to the game.
People would
now.
actually, yes, exactly. So, exactly. So maybe she's fine. You know, she might not be fine from the general public.
Piers Morgan thought she was fine.
Listen, he thought she was more than fine. You know. He wanted to be all up in that sweet cake.
Exactly. Right. No, but you see his left hand, which is on your right on the banner. That's what he was doing, thinking about her.
Yeah. Listen.
And at the same time.
Stop it.
I was so close.
Stop
and
it.
She took my cab fare and went to meet Harry. I paid for them. This would have never happened if I didn't pay for the cab fare, or if I delayed them a little long, or if I kept her there. But she didn't know this was destiny. And look at them, they're having children. She gave it up to him. It was mine. I had the first shot. How dare he?
Oh, all I can say to him is hush, Piers. Never mind. So let me see now.
Here I am with petroleum jelly, and she's with the royal family.
And there you go. So what's your analogy of him paying the cab fare and she going off to meet Harry?
He sealed his own doom. He sealed his own doom. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's all right. What that's like is like when you're driving and you're a little kid. Maybe not a little kid. The winds outside is blowing a certain way, and the window's open, and you go out and you go poof, and you spit out the window, and it comes back and smacks you right in the face. Now you're mad because did anybody see it? And you try to wipe it off your face. what he did came to smack him back in the face, and that's karma for him being nasty to other people, attacking the guests that way, going after Mike Tyson, and by bringing up the whole thing with the daughter. It may not come in a violent way, but it will always come back in a way that will affect you and have you in somebody else inside your head. He probably couldn't get it up with a 10-pack of Viagra after that.
But
every time he saw Harry's name or pictures of them, could you imagine? He's sitting there, look at this, she's mine.
But listen, why can't he just accept that maybe that one drink sealed his fate? Maybe she recognized that he's not the kind of person she wants to have a second date with.
Well, I mean, she didn't know she was going to meet Harry.
She was just being cordial.
But she leapfrogged like, hey, because I mean, look, she couldn't have gotten in certain circles, right? She was pushing herself in certain circles, right? But to get to, in her mind, to that point, what's the better thing? Even if she liked Piers Morgan, which just to make that up, now in her mind, the swirler's mind, the royal family and prince, no, I might like him, I might creep with him, but I'm going to go with this one, All
right, so let me ask you this question now, because, we keep talking about swirlers and what have you, right?
Yes.
But we know that Harry always had a desire for the melanated woman.
You're saying it's so nice. He loved some black booty. Really, that's what it was.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. He loved him some black booty, and he made no bones about that.
That sounds funny, you saying that.
It was. I know it does. It doesn't sound right, does it?
But it is right, no matter how you say it.
I could say it other ways, but
I know.
I'm being
we'll
good.
say that for FFF.
Yes, indeed. Hit the like button, guys. Let's get the likes up, the loves and the likes. I love you guys. Yes. What was I going to say?
Like I said, you're just like that flirtatious Girl Scout trying to get people to buy cookies. Let's just get some cookies from me.
Yes.
Gotta put this button back up.
Yes. Hit the like button, please.
Right.
Okay. What I was saying is, how many of our darker hued sisters wouldn't go after Harry or wouldn't do the same thing that she did? You'd have to be so radical in your thinking, in your ideologies, right? Let's be real. I mean, if you go somewhere and you meet this person, and after meeting them, you realize who you just met, and in talking to them, you recognize that this person has a liking for you, right? Who? And you see, because people will lie and say, not me. But when you're talking about the status and all of the pomp and circumstance that comes with it, I just want to know who would say no. Who wouldn't be a gold digger?
That's true. When they that immense wealth, and I'm not just saying about this.
Exactly.
Most people. I'm not going to say just about our sisters, but there are many sisters who will and many who won't. Much love and kudos to the ones who won't. But many people, look, if Prince Harry, because of what's behind him, went into a gay club, half of them would be hitting on him, even, you know what I mean? Because of the perception of this lifestyle that Meghan Markle thought was, but she didn't realize she was trapped,
But even if she stayed for a year and sucked it up, even if the person said, you know what, I know what I'm up against. Well, you know what? She may like him. She may very well love him, but suppose I'm a very dark-skinned woman and I say, I know what I'm up against, but he likes me. He wants to marry me. After all is said and done, even if it's a couple $1 million I get from the union, But look
over here in America, we had George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of these slave masters and stuff. And it was a different setup. It was a different dynamic where you can just knock the door, go in, do what you want to do. And I'm quite sure with all of this going on with Harry, he's the problem child, right? Because he went and got this a mixed woman who's trying to pass for white. And they probably say, well, what you should have done was you should have kept her somewhere and Oh, daddy, suffering. I do believe I'm suffering an orgasm. And he can do his thing and still be Prince Harry. I'm not saying treat the sister that way. I'm just saying that's how these white men do. That's how a lot of them do. They have a taste and a love for the black booty, and I'm not just saying that because they may say or feign emotions, but if you look at that interview, what he said when Oprah asked him, if it wasn't for her, would you, he basically kind of sideways threw Meghan Markle under the bus, and if she wasn't in existence, he wouldn't have stepped out like that. He would have stayed right where he was and accepted that life and accepted all that's coming from him, obeying that hierarchy. So he basically said, if it wasn't for you, this is because of you now. And how long? He's going to distance himself. Right. And he knows the wrath. He didn't want to say with that conversation. No, but he didn't want to say it. Right. They said, well, what was in the conversation and who said it or something like that? And he said, oh, I'd rather not say. Because, see, he knows the power that next day, if he blew them up, his own bloodline like that, that the next day, he would have out off of this earth. Serious.
Exactly. He's
all
of them.
Treading on thin ice with Meghan Markle anyway. But if he did that directly and revealed names and the whole world go crazy over this thing. But
yes.
One of the reasons why I want to really focus on that show and that angle of it, because I always bring it around to black people. I bring it around to black people to say, hey, look at how they do. Look at how they stay on code. Look at how no matter how much they smile or how much Michelle Obama touched the queen on the shoulder when she was out there, people think, oh, we're accepted. Oh, he's laying in the bed with Meghan Markle. We're accepted. White men have been going after white women for eons, centuries, and doing it.
You know what?
So don't think it's a step up. They're just using you like a tool and a sperm receptacle, and you're nothing but a glorified friction provider. And I made that term up myself years ago.
I'm getting the impression from some of the images that we've seen in the past that maybe grandma isn't so against her. I think it's other people in the family who saw how close she may have been getting to grandma.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? And saw how grandma was taken to her, because it was almost like as stuffy as they have to be in their protocols and stuff like that. She was a breath of fresh air. She was a breath of fresh air, and she liked that.
Could you imagine?
And jealousy reigned, like Barry Hammond's song said about falling in love again, jealousy reigned. Well, jealousy reigned in this particular situation.
It's so rigid their lifestyle was. So rigid.
Yes.
When you go to the bathroom, you can only wipe 2 times. Probably down to that. Who really uses one section, tear off section of the toilet? Man, I wrap them bad boys around my hand. It looks like a white boxing glove, the toilet paper. Come on. You know what I mean? But every aspect of, whether they control today we are eating so and so. You ever have anybody tell you that you're eating something you don't want to eat? It's like, dang, why I got to eat this? Or she thought she's going to hang out with her girlfriends, and now she made it. She just buy cars or hang out, and I'm in position. It don't work that way.
Now
so for
you
all
can't
the swirlers
see your friends.
who put
You
black
can't
men,
go.
exactly.
They can't visit.
That's on the highest level of that hierarchy. So if that's what you aspire to, then go ahead and do it.
That's what I'm saying. You may just have to tell yourself, I'm going to lose a couple of years.
That's why
tell your friends secretly, I still love you, but I won't be talking to you for a couple of years.
I'm serving time with the royal family.
I'm no longer married.
I'm serving time.
Exactly. We'll hang when I'm out of jail.
Exactly. And now that she's out of jail, she's she's still got to walk that paper off, and she got a couple of squads looking after her. You say some more stuff. Yeah. But Prince Harry, he's the one who's like, I'd rather not say. I'm going to keep that. He knows what line to cross. You saw what happened to his mama.
Of course.
So when it came time to be reserved, he get it from his mama.
And his baby is too young. See, Diana at least made it to where they were old enough to, I wouldn't say fend for themselves, but they were much older.
Right.
He has to look out for his child. That's a baby there.
Pressure.
That's
oppression.
But look at his father with Camilla, right? They didn't want her. She could not, no part of her could ever be queen. Okay. And he was in love with this woman to no end.
It doesn't matter though.
Right?
You better fit the,
But what I'm saying,
fit the description.
that's right.
No matter what, at the end of the
look,
day.
But look what happened. Once Diana was no longer in the picture, however she was extricated from the picture, she was no longer in the picture. Right?
Right.
So once she was no longer in the picture, it was almost like he said, you know what? I don't care about no ascending to no throne or no position of high power. I want happiness.
It's bad enough their time is out and over. They don't want to have that happen.
Yeah.
Can't we have a nigger-free zone somewhere?
No. But I'm just showing you how he decided to take his happiness back.
Right.
You know, as opposed to, okay, now you're then widowed, you know, whatever, to become the next king of England, you're going to have to marry a pedigree or someone this way, that way, whatever, right? He chose, who's saying this now doesn't matter, Ella. He can protect Camilla. Harry cannot protect Meghan. Okay, Maxine, I understand what you're saying, but that's not my focus right now. My focus is that people take their happiness. People have to choose between protocol and happiness.
That's right.
You know, and at the end of the day, maybe he's following in his father's footstep. I don't know. Maybe he looked at the fact that his father chose to go after Camilla anyway, you know, or to have Camilla in his life.
There's always repercussions, though. No matter what you do,
yeah,
and you know what the repercussions are in that situation.
He didn't think it through. He didn't. Yeah. I don't think he thought it all the way through. He just wanted what he wanted. Being the you know, the, what did you just call him a while ago?
I call him a lot of things.
The rogue, the problem one, the
problem child,
know, the one who
he keeps going after black meat. You know. Let's not let him drive down Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in the hood. He's going to stop by the chicken spot and get some chicken, because you know they always got a Kennedy Fried Chicken, a Kentucky Fried Chicken on Martin Luther. That's when you know you're in the hood, and he's going to find some chicken there with a nice shape. He's going to come home with her.
Right.
At least Meghan Markle didn't come up in here eating no fried chicken and no watermelon. You know the stereotype.
Right.
She was trying to be, you know, but they knew, like, listen, you look, this shows, like I said in the other video, the one drop rule still exists. Stop saying this biracial stuff as though it elevates you or distances you from the black blood that's in you. It's almost like I'm not a fool, I'm this or that, because that's acceptable now. Where that word come from? They weren't saying that years ago. They weren't saying that several decades ago. Oh, back in the civil rights movement, did you hear them? Well, we don't like biracial people. Look, most black people, you can say in America especially, are biracial because they got some white blood. And look, I'm not, you know, I got some wars going on inside of me. The little bit that's been dropped in me and the black in me, boom, boom. But I'm a black man still. But it reminds me of what has happened in my past, and it wasn't pleasant.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I could imagine if I get a time machine, I'll go back and go hurt the person. But that's what it is. The one drop rule still exists. Stop skirting around from trying to be something else. It's even like the word Latino. You know what I mean? Like, where did that come from? That's not a race. That's not a nationality. That's a classification to divide up black people. There are some Latinos who may be European, but the most of them got black blood in them. So they're always splitting us up. Latino, biracial, this and that. So now when it comes down even to African American, which is a term that contradicts itself, how you going to be an African and be an American, right? Especially the way they treat us, right? But just to say black, just to say African, they don't want that. So we're going to come up with all these terminologies to split. And those who want to jump ship from being black, I got a new category I can jump in and not consider myself black. Then if you're not black, why are you sitting the beauty parlor getting your hair straightened down from the Afro? Now, I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican. Well, what is Puerto Rico? Is that a race? No, it's not. There's only but so many races on the earth. So like I said, it's just another category to keep to run away from being black. And they hand us these things and they give us the white card. And we have the white card in our hand, but it has limited privileges. It's like that rich kid who don't know how to budget their money, and the parent gives them a credit card with a certain limit. Once you go over this limit for this week, that's it. So what white folks understand that your white privilege card can be revoked when you're sitting up next to them. Yes, I'm the only black person. You'll say it then. Black person in this white neighborhood. Oh, yes, I'm biracial. Nobody wants to be black no more.
Wait,
see?
Nobody was me black.
Yeah, it's almost like Kamala Harris, man. She'll sit there and, oh, well, yeah, Jamaican. But 1 minute she's black, and at Howard University, and the next way she's, what are you? Locking up black men like that, trying to distance yourself.
Right.
No, I'm not mad at anybody for having a heritage that may be mixed with you from different countries. That's the reality. It's never just one cut and dry thing, but it's the attitude toward it, how people treat it. Like when they have a chance to jump shit, oh, I can be biracial, then I'm not. And they talk about everything else. And just understand for the swirlers out there, and I'll shut up after this, that whenever you get with somebody of another race, especially when they have the American mentality, you better leave your culture and your blackness at the door, the same way they do in corporate America. They see your blackness, but you better not act that way. You better sterilize. You better talk like that. Hide them lips.
Yes.
Hump that butt and hide that until they want it for some pleasure, right? But you better leave your culture at the door. You're giving something up.
That's
and when
true.
you're sitting in the restaurant, I saw a sister sitting at the restaurant, and she had a white man. And when I walked in, she was steady, like looking at me, like, please look at me. You know, you can feel somebody looking at, look at me, please. I'm a white man. I know I'm going to get you pissed. I know through the spiritual connection that I had with her, that I felt from her the vibes that she had some problems with some black brothers in the past. So she's looking at me, right? So, you know, me and Mr. Scurv was there, and I always treat any woman who I'm around. If I'm in your presence, not to hit on you, whatever, I'm gonna hold a chair for you, hold the door, make sure, you know, I'm not but I'm gonna pay for everything. I'm gonna try to be the best, whatever. And this woman saw how I was treating her. And that defiant look kind of shrunk. And after a while, she was looking sheepish, like, wow, all black men aren't the stereotype, because they know better than that. They just have issues. They want to feel superior in all this foolishness. That's why they jump to the other side. But she kept looking at me like, all of a sudden that defiant look was gone. All of a sudden she looked like that puppy who was in the gate and the gate didn't open. The puppy, the dog wanted to run. I want to come home. It's so nice when a black man treats his woman so good. If I had that, I wouldn't be sitting here.
I'm not what she has.
Exactly. It's like when a kid leaves the house too early and realize the amenities that you're just not going to get unless you get it for yourself when you're on your own. Oh, I wish I can just wake up and see grandma's cooking or mom's cooking. I wish I could do this and do that. Shoot. So stay where you are. But this shows you at the highest level, I'm not saying they're high, but on their hierarchy, on their scale, that these are the swirlers, the black sisters of ours who think they can swirl. When they got all puffed up in the chest when Meghan Markle made it, there were all these articles that were saying, yes, black women can make it.
Yes.
What do you mean black women can make it? Yes, but you can make it. You don't know white man to make it, but see, they meant that, oh, we're finally accepted. We can abandon our men. You better be about building that community, rebuilding a culture, replacing with this foolishness that we see on TV, taking your black woman having damn black babies. They're the ones dying, but they're trying to kill us off because they know they're dying. And
can you imagine?
Yeah, and not only that, what if Meghan Markle got up there? Let's just play devil's advocate. What if Meghan Markle got up there and said, you know what, it's a concern of mine. Well, let's just say she played by the rules and got closer, even though they didn't want it to. Let's concern ourselves with these missing black children. They would have got her, because where you think some of the missing black children have ended up? Why these folks are living so long? Why are they living so long? They would yoke her right away, because that's where they all know about this stuff. Those vampires, man, they all know about this stuff. They doing it. You know, they sitting next to the queen, burping up a black baby from that they ate. Sacrifices and these celebrities wanting to adopt. And do you realize? Because I was watching a program, which was this court. It wasn't a court. It was a judge. And he was part of some organization. I got to find that video. Maybe I'll share it down here below. I'll go down in my history, but I watch so much. But he was speaking about missing children and missing black children. He said it. And this is kind of white man. I'm not going to say, well, he's cool. He's a cool white man, because at the end of the day, when it comes time to choose sides, they will always choose their side. But this was the thing. And I didn't think about this as much. How many black children are born undocumented without birth certificates? So therefore, according to the system, no matter where it is in the world,
they don't exist.
They don't exist. So you can take them and do whatever you want to do with them, sacrifice them, use them for their organs, Organ theft is not talked about as much because they know where it traces back to. It's a lot of money involved in that. And they know, but they don't talk about it. So we need to talk about it. We need to get a hashtag. I don't care if we talk about Mickey Mouse. I don't talk about midget boxing or Czechoslovakian transvestite Olympic swimmers. Whatever we can make up, we need to put the hashtag in there. We need to come up with something and put that out there.
Yes, indeed. And speak about it. Yeah.
Nobody's talking about
these children.
Yeah.
No.
And see, we're talking about this.
It's an off topic.
Yeah, we're talking about this because of the fact that Meghan Markle at one point thought she made it, and a lot of our sisters think that that's family. They're thieves, and
that's it.
Swing it back around to us. You know what I mean?
And we're really talking about the fact that, I mean, when we decided that we were going to come and do this, we were piggybacking off of your morning show.
Yes.
But we're really piggybacking off of Piers Morgan and, you know, what this whole drama has, you know, caused to happen to him. It caused him to walk off his own show, lose a job that he has been in for the past 6-7 years. What?
But he needed to control himself, though. I mean, come on, man.
He needed it. I mean, I have no sympathy for none of them.
No,
not even for, you know, none of them.
If that's my bread and butter, I'm going to walk away from it? No.
Hiya, Boiler. How you doing, hon?
Sister, how are you?
Yes. But yeah, how do you allow your emotions to take you to a place where this is the end result of it on national television, 2 days in a row.
Right.
Or 2 days in a row, or in the same day, because this man here that spoke up, he's a weather person, and the other individual, she's also a TV personality. I don't know if she's from their platform or from another one, but she is definitely a sister. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, we're not
from
guessing,
another mister.
From everything else besides what Meghan is from. You know, so you know, so when you get two people coming at you on the same topic, common sense would tell you back off a little bit.
Right.
Don't be so disrespectful and rude. And then the thing that I really want to get at is, all right, take these people out of the equation for a second. He, you know, just back to who he is. He's very rude. He's very disrespectful. He's very condescending, and he needed to be checked. He needed to be checked.
Now he's embarrassed. Now he's embarrassed.
You know. Yeah.
Now he's exposed. I mean.
But is he gonna learn?
That's some old 14-year-old type stuff he's doing. And like I said before, I don't think I said it, but Piers Morgan, as dried up as he is, because he has this visibility, there have got to be women who are coming after him just because of who he is, not because they like him, but they see maybe opportunity. But they would treat him the way that Meghan treated Harry, like, wow, you know. What was it about Meghan Markle? What I'm saying is that he's got to be, just, even if you're a prick, there are women who are, okay, when I worked it crossing over with John Edwards, it wasn't like I was out there with some uniform and security. Like I wasn't even in the uniform when I was working at People's Court outside, right? It was all black and the earpiece and everything. Well, when I was at crossing over with John Edwards, it was like I was a receptionist. And there was another guy with the same name as me, same first name as me. He was sitting next to me. He was a real detective, and they paid him a whole lot more, right? But he had his little thing, and so we would sit there and stuff, and he'd take his little breaks. But that was the fourth floor, right, of their producer's office, right, and the accountants and everything, operations, right? So it wasn't in the studio, which was up the block, but they kept that address private because of the crazy radical Christian threats that the show got, because he's speaking about talking to dead people or people who have expired or transitioned. So that being said, we were on the third floor was Montel Williams. Was it Montel? Yeah, Montel Williams, his show, right? So it was interchangeable where when the accountants and certain lesser producers ordered out, they'd come upstairs, and I got to know a lot of their producers, and they would order out together. And sometimes if Montel had an accountant that was going to be out for 2 weeks. They may get one from crossing over. I got a chance to see the whole operation. I got a chance to be around them for a very long time. And that's why I understand how TV works from that end to observe. I had no clue. I would overhear them. I would overhear them in the offices talking about, like, say, for example, and I said it before, and I'm sweating so much because the fans are off. If the fans were on, you hear shh. So I got to do that. This African heat is something else. But I hear them speak about little details that most people don't think about. And I learned a lot about, it taught me a lot about media, not knowing that I was going to be into this thing called YouTube, right? So I learned a lot of tricks of the trade from just being around them. But, you know, that being said, it's a tight, small world. So Piers Morgan doing what he did, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to either be on his side or against him, because if he can be a prick publicly like this, that means he was one behind closed doors. And that means there are a lot of people who don't dig him. You understand? Because your reputation follows you. Yeah. Let me tell you.
Yes, that's true. No.
I was going to say something since I was on Montel real quick. Don't know where he is. I saw him a couple times because he was on the floor below when he came through. But I knew someone who worked for him, and I'm not saying no names, right? And he was very fond of her. Okay. He was so fond of her that he gave her a special office that had a secret door that led to a little bit of quarters where they can relax themselves. And she had a fetish for bald black men. Now, at the time, I think the year before I had left the job to come down to Florida, 2 years, I had started shaving my, willingly, because it saved me time. I don't want to keep running to the bar. I always have to have my hair perfect. I just shaved it off. And so when I was working there and did that, I heard that he had a problem with me, even though I was working on a different floor, like, because he knew she had a strong fetish. I mean, like, she must have, oh, here she comes. She's a man eater. You will come. She's a man eater. So when she saw me in my and she saw me, she saw me in my position there. She kept hanging around because I was there. But he wasn't there as much, but he was taking her on trips and flying her all over the world. And it was amazing. But it wasn't even like that with me and Hush. It was like, okay, those producers and the ones downstairs by Montel would leave and say, come on, Lance, we're going to get some sushi. Come on, Lance. And I realized after a while, I'm like, hey, they don't love me that much. I'm just a big, strong black guy who can protect them if something goes down. You know what I mean? That's really what it was. And I figured that out. But with her, it was crazy because she had that kind of thing. And no, I'm not going to say no more. It's crazy, though. I'll tell you later on. It's crazy.
You're going to tell me after I hang up this phone.
I'll tell. No, I'm not gonna leave everybody hanging. I'll tell a little bit.
Tell us a little bit.
I'll tell a little bit. I'll put my foot in the water. Yes. Just because I went to the beach and didn't go swim, I still went to the beach. Even if I put my foot in, did you go to the beach? Yeah, I went to the beach. Nobody ever says, did you swim far or a little bit or whatever? I went to the beach. So I went to a party that she had, and evidently he had some spies that worked amongst her to watch her, right? I'm like, damn, because he called and asked about me. He called and like, how's everything? How's everything going? I see you have a black guy there who works upstairs, and I hope everything is all right between me and you, because I know he'd like to keep his job. I'm like, you threatened my job? And I think crazy. I have an offbeat sense of humor. I felt like saying, yeah, I'm gonna hit it anyway, just because, you know what I mean? Because she was on me. She was on me. I mean, it was like, and I didn't go there to get, because I could have got, but I wasn't there. I was free, and I was like, hey,
you didn't go there to get got, huh?
Right. I didn't go there to get hot. I didn't go there to get got, So anyway, the thing that, and this is maybe telling a lot. I don't think she's listening to this. I mean, it's been many years, but he had a thing, she had a thing between the both of them, right? And she thought she was giving me a compliment. No. They were seeing each other. That's what I said. He had a special little office with another little room that was behind the closet that was like a little getaway bedroom.
Oh my God.
Yes. You go in the closet, you see clothes and stuff, and there's a wall. It wasn't no wall. There's a doorknob like real low. You know what I mean? It opened.
Okay.
She showed me. This is the first time I ever said that, right? So anyway, she had a fetish, and I'm gonna get back. We'll get back on the topic. We always have to tell jokes.
We can go off it.
No, I'm gonna say one more thing, right? She had a fetish with Montel, and he loved it. That whenever she broke out with this particular thing, he knew he was going to get an act performed on him. So whenever she broke out the purple wig, right? She told me this. It would drive him crazy because he knew he was going to get.
What?
He knew he was going to get the treatment. And so on my way out, you know, I showed my face and they were getting tipsy and it was going to turn into something else. And I wasn't there for that. I already knew what time it was. She said, Lance, why don't you stay a little bit? Because you can be my backup and you might get the purple wig. And I was like, oh no. You know what I mean? The purple wig. That's what that meant. You know, that's what.
Oh my!
And if he's watching this, he's saying that little bum, he knew about that. Maybe he got the purple wig treatment.
Oh, man. Wow, that's really
crazy
something.
Stories. That's why.
But you know, yeah, that is a crazy story, and I'm glad you told everyone.
I can't hold it. That's why my head's so big. It's got so much stored in there. I gotta share it out.
I know. But yes, you know, let's kind of reel ourselves back.
Yes.
So what's going on here?
Let's give it a couple more minutes.
It's a matter of waiting and see what you know, the outcome or the backlash or the, you know, the downfall will be of this whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody wrote in the chat that, you know, over a period of time, they do mix with us to extend the race. I mean, this is something that we've talked about.
Like an alloy, you know,
from
2 metals to make it stronger.
Yeah. And you know what? There was a time when I thought maybe that was the you know, the rationale behind this, because Harry is so far down the line to ascending any throne or any position of real power.
Right.
That, you know what I mean? I thought that maybe this was their way of saying, okay, let's use him to keep the bloodline and the race going, or, you know, keep us from becoming extinct.
It ain't going to work, though. They can't remain pure like they want to. How far deep into the darkness do you get? You know what I mean? And see, when these white men see black women, and when they're watching their interracial porn, they're thinking about life. They want to go into life because they know nature doesn't like them on this planet on a physical level, and especially on a spiritual level. They better be right when they ascend into that, for those who do, because most are not. That's why they're raising hell now, because they know that when the party's over, for whom the bell tolls, after it, that is it for them. That's why they try to make us fear death. For us, there's no death, there's transition. They don't have transition. That's why they're jealous of us. That's why they try to mess up nature. They see our relationship with nature running around with the free food and the free sun and the free water and all the materials. There's no real estate when you go way out somewhere. They've messed the world up with that mentality. But you have people out here who are giving land away. They hate the natural connection that we have. We must be under their rule. They don't see anything else. They're cavemen. They're beasts. I'm not saying they're conquerors, but they think that they are. And so many of us believe that they are, but they're not. We are the real ones. We need to raise up our power, raise up our vibration, and we can whip their behinds just sitting there looking at them. If we all thought the same thought at the same time, be gone. Tomorrow at 12,
we
let's
need
all
to
sit
take
here
our power back
and take the whole world and think that one thing. Just look at them and they'll be like the Wicked Witch. They'll melt. But we don't know. But see, they took the media, the TV, the plays, the school, the system, everything to make us believe that they're the ones in power, and they're the real world minorities. 9% of the population, they're the world minorities. So they'll take a little country like America and say, yes, you're the minorities. And we're traveling the world, seeing nothing but black people and calling ourselves minority. We are so mind-effed that it's pathetic. And when we see them, it's almost like we'll see the bummiest one and we'll look at them like royalty. And we'll be on the job and be the smartest one. And as soon as a white person comes to the door, they must have all the answers because we know the white people are so superior.
Oh, I've been down that road. I've been down that road.
For real.
I've been, you know, we talked about, you know, being on a job and training people, and then they turn around and because they'll do things, compromising things that you're not going to do, they wind up being your boss.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And have
I've
you
been down
train
that
them,
road.
and you train them, and they come back to you for answers to issues and challenges, and you help them, but they get the paycheck and the position. You train them, and you know more about that place. You've been there all them years, every nook and cranny of that job, all the personalities there, and they come there and they're Mr. So-and-so. They have to do this by any means necessary. The darker you are is the more you go to the back, but the darker you are is the stronger you are if you tune into who you are. But they don't want you to know that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
You know how many people unfriended me who are of the other persuasion when they saw that I came to Africa to live, to Ghana? Oh, it's another visit? No, I'm here for good. They unfriended me. Good.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm not mad.
Oh, it is what it is.
It made more room for new friends.
What it is. That's right. That's right. That's right indeed.
That's right.
Yeah. But that's how they do things. I mean, little girls, you know, want to tell grown-ass people what to do, and they don't know what to do themselves.
Oh, the little Beckies. Yeah.
Yes. They're
in the office with the CEO at lunchtime. He becomes lunch, and she's the one eating, right? So she gets a little clout.
Let me tell you something. I've been down that road. Everything that you're talking about.
Oh, me too.
Because of the nature of the job that I did, you know, I mean, and you see it. Oh, my gosh.
That's right.
You see it.
And see that little Becky that has a token position and that little Becky who's screwing around with the CEO of the company, who's married and has pictures of his kids, and you better not lie, but everybody knows what's going on, right? That little Becky, all day long, she's not doing any work. She's going through the halls of the job
and
finding
with
out
her
the gossip.
fingernails.
Yes, but they're finding out gossip and bringing it back to the CEO so he can have them fired. See, she tries to be cool with everybody, and everybody knows that she's screwed around with the boss. So they treat her like she's the real boss, because if they put a good word in with her, she'll say a good word to him, and they'll elevate as they think on the job. See, I understand the dynamics of that whole thing. So when she comes around, she's the bulldog and watchdog for the CEO. Oh, hi, Becky, how are you doing? Why don't you come down here and have lunch with me?
I couldn't do it.
Out of here.
I couldn't do it. That used to be so. Listen, people. I walked around with a permanent screw face.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
When he walks down the hallway, he looks so angry. I don't feel comfortable. He looks straight on the elevator. Even I wouldn't even get off on the same floor with them. If I was going to, I'd hit them 2 floors over.
Face. Yes.
That's right. And when I'm seeing them and they try to wiggle their non-shape, they turn sideways. You don't see them no more, and they try to wiggle. They try to catch you looking at them. They have their blouse on, but they drop something to see if you try to look down their blouse or look at their backside. And I keep my face straight. And they think if they afford you a little small talk, that you're just going to gobble it up and just skin and grin and probably tap dance and you know what I mean? She talked to me. The white woman talked to me. No. Would you like to go to lunch with us? No.
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 No. Do you want to go for drinks? Nope.
No, I don't drink.
You know?
That's right.
I don't drink. I don't fraternize with, none of y'all.
Right. Exactly.
I go about my business. Leave me alone.
Do you have a problem with us? Should I?
Yes.
You tell me. I'll throw it right back on them. I come here to work, earn this fake money, and get out of here. That's all it is. See, because you can't trip you up, because they will come around you and try to infiltrate your brain and find out what you're all about.
Under the bus.
Exactly. I'm not going to, nobody's throwing me under the bus. I'm going to drop the bus on you because I drove the bus, right? So, and I'll leave you behind on the bus stop and pass you on by, because once I look in your eyes, I see what it is. But no, I don't mess with them that way. And they never got me that way. They wanted to too,
I did get got. I did get got because
they fired you? No.
They're in an environment. No, not like that.
But even
but
if they did,
people,
they didn't get you. You know what I mean? Because you didn't change who you are.
Right.
You know?
But I did I didn't change who I was, but I accentuated who I was. I was so pissed that I told them I had no respect for this individual. I had absolutely no respect. If you can't string 2 sentences together, I have no respect for you. And he couldn't string 2 sentences together. So
at least I do with them run-on sentences in my blogs, right? I make them long run-on sentences.
But at least you make sense.
That's true.
If you make sense.
I write like I talk. That's true.
Well, yeah. No,
but that's the way it is. And see, when they want to conquer you when you seem to be that force who is intact and whole and love yourself, know yourself, and strong within yourself. They can't accept that. So they send their little coon minions who've been there, happy to get the crumbs to find out who you are. You understand? And the coons will even talk like you. They will talk strong and what they call radical, what they call militant, right? To side with you to see if they can rouse it about. They'll even come with a complaint. Oh, they'll be in the break room and here come a coon. And you're reading messages to the black man on how to eat to live. And they see that and they come, working around these white folks can be something. Hoping they jumpstart you into a whole rant that they can run back
into a conversation like that.
Record it and bring it back so they can hear what you're really about. So they can, because see, those coons feel it, they know it, they scared of it, but they're gonna sell you out so they can stay where they are because they're scared. They have no confidence in themselves that they can't go out into the world and make their own, start their own business, do what they have to do. They just want to be at the foot of the table to get the crumbs that they get from the white man in the corporate world or whatever world they're working in, whatever job, is sweeter to them than the banquet that they can have that they made on their own in their own home. They can eat a banquet if they walk upright. You understand? You know?
No, they don't want that.
They're too afraid. Lance, how could you leave America? How could you go to that place?
Can you just behave differently?
How could you go to that place? I'm like, well, yeah, all day I'm swinging in trees and living in mud huts. Okay, if that's what you want to believe or know, whatever. Trust me. I'll tell you one thing. I haven't seen a white cop.
Maybe you should go out to
since September. September 15th was the last white cop that I saw. And I told him, I said, I'll never see nobody look like you ever. You're the last white cop I'm going to see. I don't have to look over my shoulder. Where I'm going, you'll stick out. You're the last one. Look at you. You wish you can say, pull that gun. I said that in the airport. They thought I was crazy. There were people, I'm appalled. Look what he said. These blacks provoke themselves to get shot. And all them white people getting really shot with the COVID vaccine. Ain't that something?
Exactly. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I'm appalled.
Wow.
Well, who died and made you boss? You're appalled. I don't care if you're appalled. I'm telling reality like I'm supposed to tell it. I'm not gonna bend for nobody.
You're such a British brother, Lance. You're appalled.
Appalled. No, she said it, but she thought I didn't know what it meant. They always try to break out with words, like when they're in a battle with you verbally. They're trying to, like when Howard Cosell said, "Well, you're being extremely truculent." And Ali didn't know what it meant. So Ali said, whatever truculent means, if it's good, I'm there. You know what I mean? Come on. So what, the words are gonna intimidate me? When they're the ones really because this is the thing, and I heard it years ago in a newspaper. I forgot what it was. I don't know if it's Mayor Ed Koch that said this, but somebody said this. And I hope that it's not true as much as it rings true for many black people, that many white people fear the physical damage inflicted by some strong black person, like getting their behind whipped, right? Don't believe all that MMA stuff, whatever. That's why they like that sport, because they can try to get us out of it. But a lot of black people, unfortunately, the ones who are coonish and don't believe or know that they are equipped, fear intellectual ridicule in front of many people. Like, to have a white person come and say something to them so slick and so high and so intelligent that they didn't understand, and they're like sitting there being laughed at. I know a lot of folks that jump through the hoops because they don't want that to happen. They jump through hoops.
Yes.
See, so with me now being a smart ass, that I can hang with anybody. I'm not a brain surgeon. I'm not a rocket scientist.
The dictionary reader, the dictionary studier.
There's certain words I don't even say. I like wait for them to come with like pow. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't know I had that in my.
Listen, guys, don't let Lance fool you. You hear? Don't make him fool you. Lance will be popping out some big words. I have to get the Google dictionary.
We try to break Google. We try to break Google. Trust me.
So I'm like, hold on a minute. I won't tell him, but I'm like, hold on a minute. Let's see what that word means.
No, but see, I tell them, I say, listen, and I'm not hung on myself this way, but this is how we have to carry ourselves. Pelagie, how are you, my brother? Yeah. I tell him this.
How you doing?
I tell him this. I said, I'm the closest thing to Superman that you ever seen in your lifetime. mentally, physically, and spiritually. Spiritually, I go
Right.
places that you can't go. Mentally, I've surpassed you.
Right.
And physically, I will dominate you. So you pick your death and choose your death with me. Let's fight on an intellectual level. Let's fight on a spiritual level. Let's fight on a physical level. You pick it.
Right.
Oh, you want to get the package? We can do each one each day, and you're gonna go home with your tail between your legs. And they're like, that nigga. Yeah.
May we do the spiritual, and not the intellectual or the physical.
And when they hear that, because most of them they don't really have true confidence. They have to amp themselves up. They don't really have true confidence across the board. And when you're somebody who says this kind of thing and backs it up, it really rattles them. Because they're on code with each other.
Them.
Because when they see you dominate one of them in any fashion like that, they take it to heart, and they're gonna come for you collectively or try to set you up. You know what I mean? So that's the repercussion from that. But so what? I'm built for this. I'm built for this.
Right.
I can't maintain this unless you come at me to show and me to sharpen my sword on you. So make me better by coming at me. Make me smarter, make me stronger, make me ascend higher. Come at me.
That's true.
Because if you sit a car down and you don't start the engine, guess what? The engine locks up, doesn't it? So I need the battles. I want you to come at me with the stuff. Now I'm even stronger, and I move to Africa. Oh, we can't get them now. I mean, they'll try, but the bottom line is, like I said, I'm free. I was born free. I never fought like a slave, even when I was on their jobs. I said, okay, for a time with this artificial money, we're in the system, and that my goal is to live life outside of the system. Oh, nice mango right there, just growing for free on my property. Wow, I'm eating it. I didn't have to pay no white man for no GMO mango or no apple or whatever. Wow, it's raining. I'm collecting the rain. There's no chemtrails.
There's no chemtrails
in the air. There's a filter there
to contaminate the water.
Oh wow, there's solar power. You mean this is free for me? I had to pay for the thing, and you got to sometimes pay to get out the system. But you get your stuff lined up. You can wake up and you're like, man, I don't need money. I mean, I have much, but I don't need much to keep the ball rolling and try to make it where you don't need any at all, because we're all going to be faced with that sooner or later when the system collapses. And that's why we have to prepare for it. And again, many people have said that this whole thing is a distraction. This is a confirmation of what things are. And that's the only reason why we covered the story, because it tells us again that the one drop rule is still in effect. This biracial foolishness and delusional. We know that we have mixed races and mixed, the black men went to Korea and in the military and made Korean babies, black, and they come back and, man, you fine, you got them eyes, you got them thighs. We know that happens, whatnot. But the black is a dominant thing. Take all of the colors in Home Depot in the paint department, or Lowe's in the paint department, or the hardware store, wherever you are in the world, and mix them all together and tell me what you get. Mix them all together and tell me what you get. Yet they even in art school, everything comes from white. One lady told me everything comes from white. Really? So extract black out of white. They want to flip the whole thing and make us believe north is south and east is west and black is weak. What? Look at the universe as black. Everything's so white. We are the universe. We are the energy that resonates with that. The sun shines on us and we are life. You are death, and you're put here for the purpose of death. You're the virus of the world. Wherever you go, you raise hell. Look at history, the true history, not what they wrote with them running off into the sunset. But we are life wherever we go, unless we start to think like them,
An acquaintance, she wants to say we're friends.
You said acquaintance. I thought you said the Clintons. I'm like, what you doing talking to them?
Hey, I know them. What are you talking about? I know them. Anyway, so we were talking, and we were talking about the Chinese being in Jamaica, the Chinese being in Africa. I can't even tell you. This woman, she was saying if she could find enough Chinese to encourage them to go to Jamaica, she would tell all of them to go to Jamaica and take it over.
Wow. Who is this? A black woman?
A Jamaican woman.
Right, right.
I was
I'm
like,
saying, why would she
sis,
say that? I mean, okay, I'm gonna say
because
okay, yeah, go ahead. No, I was gonna say in a prior video, I was
yeah.
speaking about their unity, and I was pissed that day because I had many examples that day of us not being unified here in the motherland and memories of those in America. And I said, well, you know what? So be it. I was like disgusted. Like, let them take it all away. You know, I was like, I didn't say that.
But that's you being angry.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I didn't really mean that. But I'm tired.
No,
I'm tired of
exactly.
saying, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I don't say that no more. Because now we're coming down to the time. Look at the way the world is right now. Look what we're dealing with.
Well,
you know? And so
well,
she really
she
said
was
that?
talking about the fact. Yeah, she was, she was basically saying that, well, the Jamaicans are not taking care of the infrastructure. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. All the things that they're not doing.
Right.
So why shouldn't the Chinese come in? And if they're willing to do it, I said, but what's going to happen? I said, the money that it's going to cost for them to come in and fix the infrastructure and the loans that the Jamaican government is going to be beholden to them for, I said, they'll never be able to pay it back. If they as Jamaican people don't come together and find a way to make the money,
it's a wrap.
To pay them back, they can't pay them back. So what's going to happen?
Yeah.
The Chinese are going to own the country. Where are you going to be? This same beautiful island that you tell me you can go there and you can live this way and you can live that way, you can do this and you can do that. That is going to be gone. It's going to be
basically gone as far as the power infrastructure.
It's basically gone.
It's already set up. I mean,
because look at the beaches. They're privatizing the beaches, so you can't go to the beach. Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly.
They have toll roads. You're paying money into a toll road, and that money is not coming back into your coffers. It's going to China.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, I was like, sis, we're on two different pages.
Here's another thing where they are everywhere. People try to say to me, well, you went over there to Africa and the Chinese are taking over. And there are a lot of videos put out that really amp that up. They are here just like they're everywhere else. But you don't see they have the takeover mentality wherever they are. And for people who tell me that over here, there are more opportunities over here that are wide open. But so many of us are afraid to come over here because they think some boogeyman's going to get them. I've been knocking out shows. I've been eating food and living and taking walks and enjoying myself. So I'm proof positive of that. And many people, then I say it's not for everybody to want to come because some of us have young kids or children in school or, we may be a little older and we get our pension and say, I'll visit, but I don't want to. But at least have a connection or a business connection or some kind of investment or something for the future. Or if you have get some land, do something. See, so they're saying this about me like, oh, you done walked into the lion's den because they taking over. Listen, America is already done. If you're looking at it that way about the Chinese takeover, go to Walmart, see how much products are made in China. See how many Chinese are there buying up land. China. The debt, it's already done. America's a wrap when you think of it that way. So they're pointing fingers at me. There's all this land. Wait, like I said, it's going to be a few more months. Wait till I start driving. There's other things we're doing on a more major level. Wait till Scurv starts driving. I'm not going to start that whole wing of my life yet. Because when I do, I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to show you. I just been up and down Medina Market, down the Crown Mall, just neighborhood stuff, walking, jumping where the trophies go, whatever. Nothing special. Same thing because we have other things read between the lines that we're doing right now. But once that's done and I get my little vehicle and we driving all these cameras and live shows I'm going to do, I'm going to show you some things. I'm going to show you some
camera
things.
Will travel.
Have camera will travel. You gonna, if I see it, you're going to see it. That's right.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Teresita. Hi, the Bright Star. Romy Rome. Hey, Romy. How you doing? The Truth. Hi, how are you? Yes. Kenny N, Charles James, G Mars. And Mr. Haru, I said hi to you before, but I think you had stepped out of the chat room. Tamara, how you doing? I think I said hello to Shalom. I'm just Blue Skies. Hello. Teresita, how you doing, sweetie?
10 more minutes or so. We're gonna.
Willie, hi, Willie.
Is the sun still up?
Is that your phone? Peleji, how you doing? Yes, it's your phone.
Yes. In the middle of the stream, it's my phone. Like I can really pick up the phone, and I think it's a video thing going on too. So it's like, let me call him in the middle of the stream. He's gonna pick up, and people love to do that. Like call you. There he is.
Can you turn it off?
This will ring a long time. They'll keep on. Let me see. Let me do that.
That is funny.
No, it used to happen a lot in America. No, they'll see it. They'll be looking right. Like, you hung up on me. I'm doing a live show. What do you think?
No. I mean, can the chat room hear it? Could the chat room hear it?
Or if I was talking?
No, the ringing.
Oh, they had to hear a little bit of it. Yeah. And they'll call back.
Okay.
Okay. I've had people call me up, right? They call me up. This happened before, and I've said it before. I'm in the middle of a live stream, getting down, talking. The phone rings, and sometimes I pick up, like to be sarcastic. In the middle of the stream now, hello, hey Lance, and I put it on speaker. Hey Lance, what's going on? Nothing much. What you doing? Just chilling out in the backyard. Just guess what they say? Man, I thought you was on a live stream. I'm watching you right now. Then why would you call? Why would you call?
Because they want to be put. Hi, West Indies DNA. How you doing, sweetie? They want to be put on live. Maxine.
But when you ask them to come on live, I don't think I want to. I'm going to show my face. But call it anyway. Like I said, a lot of our entities, and I'm saying we have family here, but there's some who are entities. I'm going to say, listen, we're going to call you out sometime. Say, hey, call up the show. Or here's a link. Show your face. They ain't going to do it.
And they won't do it.
Yeah.
They ain't going to do it. They ain't going to do it.
The anatomy of an agent.
Hit the like button, guys.
Let's wrap it down in 5 more minutes. I got to get up and make a run real quick, and we're going to come back. We're going to record something. We probably.
Well, we can wrap it down now. Why you got to give it 5?
Well, maybe you had something to say. It's like when you're eating a good meal and you know that you're full, and you sit there for a while, like, let me see if I want to get one more bite. You know what I mean? It's like when on the opposite and sitting down and you're full and you empty out. You say, let me make sure I got everything out before I get up.
You sit down and you say, do I want dessert? Do I, do I want dessert?
For real.
But yes, I think I said it before. Hit the like button. We got 94. We could go to 100. If you got 6 more people who didn't hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. So we can have our afternoon rant, and we could be at 100, and that'll be so beautiful.
Use that voice again.
Yes, indeed. For those of you who like this voice, please hit the like button right now. Yes, indeed. And there we go. One more. We can do it.
Really?
We can just have one more.
Like
thank you.
Oh, wow. 101.
It is so appreciated. 102. Very nice. Thank you. I'm loving it. Anyways, thank you guys. Thank you. I love you all. It's been a minute. We will try to do this a little bit more often so that we can reconnect and it won't seem so strange.
Not just regular videos
that I'm doing a live show.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to do it every day. But it's not your fault. It's my fault because, like I said, the outside things that I'm doing, which are very necessary, and you all can read between the lines. That when those things are done, trust me, there'll be shows all day and all night. It'll be hard to keep up.
Yes.
The agents amongst us are going to have to ask for a pay raise because they're going to be putting in some serious overtime.
Indeed. We're going to be coming with silly content, serious content. Things to make you say, content, we're working on a lot of stuff, and we're just hoping that when it's all said and done, you will enjoy it. And that's what we're ultimately striving for, and yes, that's where we're at.
Yes.
But as far as these folks on your screen are concerned, they're going to keep on doing what they're doing, and we just have to keep on doing what we need to do.
Right.
Don't get caught up in it. Look for the look for what is behind all of it, because clearly this might be a cover for something else that's happening. And so we have to be always with our eyes wide open, not eyes wide shut. we have to be with our eyes wide open. Pay attention to what's going on around you. There are a lot of social media sites that are putting out good content as it relates to what's happening in the world. And we need to be, reading more, watching more, and just trying to stay on top of things. So nothing can catch us off guard or catch us off guard. Yes, indeed.
Make sure to join the forum.
Hi, Indigo King. Thank you. Yes.
In the forum, the actual Melanin Envy is being redone, and it's going to be a separate entity. But the name of the Melanin Envy is going to redirect you to the forum. So if you are registered on Melanin Envy, you'll stay there when it gets a new name. But Melanin Envy, which is not on the site yet, will take you to the new forum. So if you're registered on Melanin Envy, you got to re-register again by going to the forum. You can get there by looking for what's on the bottom, but Melanin Envy will take you there. So if you say, well, I already went there. No, this is not Melanin Envy. It's the forum. So you can get there by going to Melanin Envy, or you can get there by going to Lancescurv.com forum. So that will take you there. So we're popping up information there. It's a social media platform, and it's all on the site, and everything's going to be based off the site. So I don't always plug that in and say, but you know what? Even tonight, little while after I do what I have to do, I'm gonna run out there. I might take my camera and go to the bridge and go to talk to some people. You know what I mean? See what we can get into. Come back and do something tonight. I have another thing I'm gonna put on up. So we've been keeping busy. But like I said yesterday,
I can't wait until you can go live. Out in the streets, and then we could do a live show. You could be out there on the streets, and I could be. Have a point. You do have a point. I do believe, and I'm not, but I do believe. I am not.
I do believe I'm suffering.
I am not, but you do have a point. I do believe that's what they're trying to do. That is part of their intention. To take the camera and the spotlight off of him. Because that would really be a big downfall. You think Meghan talking about racism in the monarchy is a big deal? That's a known fact. That's a given. This other stuff here, this can topple them. So I think that's what they're doing.
Wow.
Miss Heslop said they're hiding Prince Andrew. So that's what I was referring to. Yeah,
it's all going to come out. Whatever it is going to come out and be dissected and broken down and made so obvious. And folks will still be blind to that. They can't see.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of folks will just not see it. That's right. Anyway, sweetheart.
Well, yes, indeed. This was very nice. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thanks for spending part of your afternoon or your lunch break or whatever with us. Much appreciated.
No purple wigs.
No purple wigs. You hear that, women, ladies? No purple wigs.
Purple wigs are good, but be careful who you purple wig with. Can't purple wig with everybody.
Let me get up.
Don't get me started.
That's a scary
I'm catching a second wind. Remember, dudes out here wearing purple wigs too. Don't be fooled, brothers.
That's right. Brother Lance.
Yes.
Brother Lance.
Yes.
Brother Lance.
Reel me in.
Today's Thursday. And I'm not really new.
Tomorrow
Today's
is
Thursday.
Yes.
Tomorrow is Friday. Brother Lance.
Yes.
I'm putting you on blast.
Yes.
I'm putting you on blast.
We're going to do it.
And I'm holding your feet to the fire. Okay?
Yes, to the fire.
Get your rest.
Yes, I will. I have an appointment late afternoon at some point, but after I come back from that, which won't be long. Okay. The brother that I met on the bridge, brother Goldrick, we got some things going on. He wants me to meet certain people. I'm just put it out there, but that will be recorded in certain parts, right? The private stuff won't be, but I'll be recording that stuff.
Right.
And we'll come home and do the FFF, and we'll open up, and I have a whole lot more stories from the vaults of my mind. And we're going to laugh, we're going to have fun, get serious, whatever it may be, and we'll just let it roll. We're not going to put any limit on that particular program. We'll just let it roll. So I got my rest last night now, didn't I? Right? The internet was off, and I said, you know what? Let me get rested. And I jumped up, and I was on fire.
Right.
So that's what it's all about. So if we mess up, one day,
we were doing we were doing so good with the likes, and we had those dislikes until just now. One person had to dislike. Who is that one person?
They will. But you know what? I wish there was a way, and I was reading an article that said if we could find out who does that. But it doesn't matter. I mean,
yes.
Yeah. But it doesn't bother me because look, there's 110 likes.
They had to watch the.
You came here and you gave us your energy. So thank you. Even though it's an upside down like, you showed that you were here. You're disgruntled. Your butt hurt for whatever reason.
Thank you for being here anyways.
Exactly,
yes, indeed.
Exactly.
All right. Alrighty.
All right.
Exactly. Thank you. So thank you.
Most
We will
definitely.
talk.
Yes, we will.
And I'll see you guys in the chat, I'm sure, later on today. I know Brother Lance has more stuff to put up. So
constantly,
we'll
we're going to
see
constantly keep working and putting stuff up and showing that we live this. These people talk. It's a journey, and we're going to share our journey as it goes, whatever, good, bad, ugly, whatever. We're going to show it. We learn, we grow, we evolve, and that's what it's all about. You can go back to 10 years ago and see videos that I did. I'm not the person I am today, but I'm heading that way. I said things maybe I'll take back. Well, not really, but we evolve. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. We grow.
Exactly.
We grow and we evolve. And you're allowed to change your perspective. You're allowed to change your mind.
That's right.
And, that is what it is.
That's right.
All right. So have a good afternoon. Have a good afternoon, family. And we'll talk, okay?
All right. Okay, sweetheart.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.